I'm going to do this video real quick, and I want to show you. I'm going to show you and prove to you that these people in the media, these people in the government, the hostile people in the government, even the left, how they considered themselves the resistance for 4 years under Trump. And I just want to know, what did they resist? What were they the resistance to? Were they the resistance to good policies? Let me show you the definition of resistance. It's the refusal to accept or comply with something, the attempt to prevent something by action or argument, the ability not to be affected by something, especially adversarially, the impeding, slowing, or stopping effect exerted by one material thing or another. So for 4 years under President Trump, what exactly did they resist other than good policies? His mean tweets. They resisted his mean tweets like it affected them mentally and made them cry. Did they resist the fact that he made them more money? Did they resist the fact that he basically wanted to make America great? If you look at it, that's really all they resisted, was policies that made our country better. Because what they were resisting, I never did quite understand. Because if you want to see what true resistance is, I'm going to tell you. And that's those of you who supported President Trump, those of you who believe in America first, those of you who believe in the Constitution. This has been a true resistance under the last few years, that we have been attacked by our own government. We have been spied on by our own government. We have been threatened by our own government. They have assailed our constitutional rights. They have come after free speech. All you have to do is look at the collusion that has now been proven under the United States government with social media in order to ban people like myself, people like you, free thinkers, people who believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. It's there. So that is the true resistance. They are coming after our constitutional rights like our Second Amendment. They're spying on Americans. They are currently violating the Sixth Amendment. All you have to do is see what's going on in the DC Gulag. And they have kept people in prison without giving them the right to a speedy trial. Yes, we, the MAGA contingency, is the true resistance. As they've tried to do so many things against our will, they've tried to force vaccinate us. Yet millions of us refused to allow them to inject us, our children, with an untested vaccine. And what did they do? They fired millions of Americans. They removed people from being allowed to go into restaurants. They did not allow Americans to travel. They attempted to not allow us to get medical treatment. They threatened to remove our children from us. See, to me, that sounds like more Americans were actually resisting true tyranny. They set us up to be arrested in the DC Gulag. But we fought back. What did we do to actually resist these people? We went and got our own platforms. The populist movement went and built Getter. They've gone and built Rumble. They've gone and created other financial services because, again, they went after us and started to remove us from financial institutions. Oh, they did? Yes. Have you seen what they've done to Kanye West? Did you see what they did to the truckers of Canada? This is what they have in store for us all if we don't resist the tyranny that is coming our way. They like to call us fascists. But under Trump's reign, I didn't see any bit of fascism. I couldn't see any type of fascistic policies. But yet, when you have the government working with corporations to suppress people's finances, to remove people from industry. That is the true meaning of fascism. When corporations go against someone they don't agree with and they boycott them, that is the true meaning of fascism. Look it up. See, what they do is try to throw at us exactly what they're doing to us. I want to ask you, who remembers? Because you have to go back and remember everything they've done, because what happens is they do something and the media moves on and acts like it never happened, because the media is part of the whole fascist left that's actually trying to suppress the American people, who want to take all our constitutional rights away. And it's funny because the media survives under the very first Constitution, the First Amendment, that they want to remove from the American people. The irony of the left is that they believe they are the supreme beings, and that everyone who disagrees with them is an inferior, racist, homophobe, threat to democracy, all that stuff. When you hear threat to democracy, remember, we're not a democracy anyway. So maybe we are a threat to democracy, but we're a republic, so their threat to democracy means nothing when they say that. But I want you to think back real quick about how they use a particular whistleblower that we're still not allowed to talk to. That was the height of their resistance, when they had that whistleblower come out against President Trump and impeach him. Does everybody remember that? So I want to tell you what is different from the whistleblowers that are coming forward now in the FBI, yet they're getting fired. Their whistleblower is still protected. You can't say his name on social media, but yet whistleblowers in the FBI come forward and they want to take their jobs from them. They want to expose them. They're getting threats. What about the whistleblower that just came forward to help True the Vote? Right? Whistleblowers are supposed to be a protected entity, but there's a whistleblower who came forward to True the Vote to expose election fraud during previous elections, and True the Vote refused to give his name up, and the two heads of True the Vote have now been arrested. That is true resistance. Resisting mean tweets is not resistance. We have an actual war going on in this country. It's not the old typical shooting war. It's a fifth dimensional war. It's a war for our minds. It's a war of words. And it's a war of our freedoms. We're fighting over the very freedoms that the American Constitution has given us. And you have people who actually don't believe in it. They want a more tyrannical system. They want to be your mothers. They want to be able to tell you, you will do this or you're punished. So I ask you again, who is the true resistance? The people on the left who, when they said they were resisting, what exactly did they resist? If you have some information for me that you resisted, please put in the comments. Maybe President Trump hurt your feelings and says some things you didn't like, but that's not resistance. What we, the MAGA movement, the true American patriots of the United States that believe in the Constitution, are being oppressed as we speak, being thrown in jails, having our constitutional rights removed from us. That is a true resistance. So next time you hear someone on the left saying, we are the resistance, laugh at them and tell them the true resistance is the 50% of the American people who were just threatened by the President of the United States on national TV, calling us terrorists because we actually believe in the Constitution and he doesn't. And if you doubt it, look at what he's done to erode our rights as an American civilization, as American people. He and his cabinet are the true and real biggest threat to the Constitution this country has ever seen. If you doubt it, just look at everything I've talked about. They want to throw a bunch of word salads at you. They want to throw a bunch of mumbo jumbo lies at you. But the truth is in the pudding. More Americans are waking up every day and are disgusted with the Democrat Party and what they have done to erode the rights of Americans. If you really believe in what America stands for, if you truly believe in the progress of this country going back to what you believe it should stand for, the Constitution, true freedoms, not being forced to do things against our will, then you have to get out there and vote America first. That is the only way we can take our country back. We have to get out there, get out the vote, and truly, truly look at the people who are running and say, how will they make our life better? Will they support the Constitution of the United States, or will they continue to erode our rights as Americans? And that's all I'll say for today. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you.